Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Mic's
Dang
there.
it, where's-
Yeah, your mic's there.
I know, but this what happened last time.
You can see the green lines down there?
Oh, yeah.
See?
Yeah. All right. Testing. All right. Well, people will join in a minute. They can tell me if they can hear me or not. That's what they did last time. All right. Someone just joined. Hold up. Can you guys hear me? Hold up.
Who's joining?
Oh, one person joined. I don't know. That's how many people were in here. One person just joined, but I don't know.
Where does it say that?
They left, but it says right there. I don't know. Hold up. I'm gonna tell. Hold on. Wait. I gotta tell everyone that I'm live. I think we should end this and then. Hold on. 'Cause no one's joined yet. Hold on, wait. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me set this up. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, I can hear myself on the thing. Can you guys hear me in the chat? Well, I think I can because I just went on my channel and I don't know, but they can comment if they can hear me. Alright, just comment. Hold on, anyone joined yet? It's my mom. Alright.
Yeah, let me know. I
Alright.
think you're good. Look, you can see the green stuff.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Alright. Someone just liked the video. Alright, guys, leave a comment if y'all can hear me. Alright. I don't know, we got one person in here right now. Alright, bet. Zane said you can hear me. Alright, so we're gonna get into this Commanders Lions post-game live. We'll definitely talk to some more people as they get in here. I'm gonna pop out the chat real quick. Okay. All right. So we got one person there. We got my boy Zane in here right now. But yeah, we're doing a Commanders Lions recap stream. Obviously the Commanders lost 36-27 yesterday. But yeah, man, it was a tough loss for sure. But yeah, man, I mean, all we can do really now is move on. We got 2 games tonight. We got the Titans and the Bills and the Eagles and the Vikings. So I'm hoping that the Eagles lose tonight. That'll definitely help us because we'll both be 1-1. But I just kind of wanted to, we're gonna probably be live here for about an hour and 15 minutes. Just you guys can ask me questions in the chat. I'll answer them, and we'll just kind of recap this game because I didn't make a recap video. I was supposed to go live yesterday, but my mic wasn't working. But we got that fixed, and now everyone can hear me. And Chase just said Eagles over Washington. We'll see next week. See next week for sure. I don't know, but I think the Commanders, they got a chance, but it's gonna be a tough game for sure. We'll see how Philly plays tonight, but I think the Vikings are gonna beat them tonight, but we'll see. Um, but yeah, let's talk about this game. The Commanders versus Lions yesterday. We played like shit in the first half, man. It was awful. We're losing 22 to nothing. I don't think we got a first down to our last drive of the first half. It was bad. In the second half, now we did score 27 points in the second half, but it still was not enough to come back. But I mean, I hear a lot of people, kind of blaming Carson Wentz for some of this. I mean, Carson Wentz wasn't even a top 10 problem yesterday, man. If you watch the game and if you really pay attention to the details, the offensive line could not block at all. The defense was giving up big play after big play. Carson Wentz is, a matter of fact, Carson Wentz is keeping us in every game. That's the first time I can say that about one of our quarterbacks. Chase said it's the damn Lions. I know. We played like shit yesterday. Our defense was awful. There's no excuse for the defense. And if things don't change, Jack Del Rio needs to get fired for sure. But yeah. Yeah, he says the Lions. Oh my bad. I meant to talk about our offense. He says the Lions defense. Yeah, I mean I know, but yeah, our offense just didn't look good yesterday. I mean I can't explain what happened in the first half. I have no excuses. Our offensive line just looked like ass. I mean the Lions have a good defensive line, but we should have been able to score way more points than we did, man. Especially in the first half. Like I don't care that we scored 27 in the second half. If you score 0 in the first half, man, that's bad. That's probably the worst half of football I've ever seen from this team, at least offensive wise. That was bad, but I don't know, man. I mean, we'll see about the Eagles and Commanders next week, but uh, yeah, but Carson Wentz was not even a top 10 problem yesterday, man. He's keeping us in every game. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I don't know what Carson is supposed to do when in the first half none of his receivers were getting any separation. His offense, every time he hiked the ball, as soon as he hiked the ball, he's got 4 dudes in his face. I don't know what else he's supposed to do, man. But at the end of the day, Carson Wentz is what, first in passing TDs, second in passing yards, man. I mean, could be worse. But people are gonna hate on Carson Wentz for everything he does. But it's all good. He's not the problem. I'm trying to tell you. But yeah. Let me see. I don't think we have any new questions in the chat. But yeah, we just talked about Carson. The defensive scheme was terrible yesterday. It was absolutely awful. Let's talk about that 3rd and 15 play to DeAndre Swift, man. Because that was, to me, that pretty much sealed the game. I mean, not really, because we scored a touchdown after that. But that hurt, man. That touchdown really hurt us. That came back to bite us. Third, like I just don't understand. Like that's part of Jack Del Rio, but that's also like Chase said play the Commander song. Oh yeah, I made a Commander song on my own channel, but said that should be my intro. Maybe, I don't know. I'll definitely add some music to my intros. I'll definitely start doing that. But yeah, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, the Commanders. It was a terrible performance yesterday. Oh yeah, I was talking about the DeAndre Swift play. So it's 3rd and 15, right? We're about to get a sack and force a long field goal. It would have been like a 50-yard. We would have forced the Lions to kick like a 50-yard field goal. And who knows? Maybe they miss it and we get the ball back down 7 and have a chance to go drive down the field. Instead, Jared Goff somehow shakes off the sack, dumps it off to DeAndre Swift. And as soon as DeAndre Swift catches that ball, he should be tackled and it should be 4th down. And we should force the Lions to have to kick a field goal. But no, of course, we had 4 people miss a tackle. Like that stuff right there is not on Jack Del Rio. So that's different. That's not on Jack Del Rio. But a lot of the other stuff was on Jack Del Rio. Why is he playing his corners 10 yards off? I just don't understand that. He had Jamin Davis on Amon St. Brown. Jamin Davis is slow as shit. he's not guarding any receiver on that team. I don't know why Jamin Davis is guarding any wide receiver. I don't understand it, especially the wide receiver number one. Like I don't understand that. Amon St. Brown absolutely cooked us yesterday. It was hard to watch, man. Now I'm kind of over it now. I'm kind of just ready to move on to next week. And especially if the Eagles lose tonight, that'll definitely help. Um, but yeah, I'm ready for next week, man. I'll be at the game. Um, but yeah, Jack Del Rio. If things don't change within the next couple weeks, he could definitely be fired pretty soon. So we talked about the defense. We talked a little bit about Carson. Let's talk about the 2-point conversion, man, because that right there really pissed me off the most. Um, and that was a big difference in the game because we lost by 9 points. If we had just kept the extra point instead of going for two, then it would only have been an 8-point game. But instead, we decided to get cute, and we thought, we have all the momentum and we're gonna go for two here, and and then if we get the ball back, we're gonna be able to go for the win, and then we end up not getting it, and then now, we ended up being down 8 instead of being down 7, which is a big difference. Because what was it? It was 29-15, and we had a nice drive. We scored a touchdown. I'm like, all right, let's kick the extra point here, and we cut it back down to 7 again. If the defense gets to stop, we get the ball back. We got a chance to tie it. And dumbass Riverboat Ron, we get the touchdown. This man decides to go for two. Because he was like, oh yeah, we have the momentum going. If we get this 2-point conversion, we're only down 6. And then we don't get it. Then we're down 8. And then the Lions, they scored a touchdown the next drive. I mean, our defense just couldn't get a stop for anything, man. And then what was it? It was 36-21. We went down. We scored another touchdown, and Joey Sly should have kicked the extra point, and we should have been down by 8. Instead, Joey Sly missed the extra point, and that ended up being the game. I mean, that just can't happen, man. If Joey Sly keeps doing that, I mean, he's gonna get cut pretty soon. That was bad. Um, I mean, yesterday, man, it was just hard to watch, and I thought, we were done, with like I thought we were gonna be able to get, a momentum win against the Jaguars and be able to carry it on and be able to beat the Lions and take care of teams that we're supposed to beat. But of course, we went back to the same old Washington, got all the fans' hopes up, and then they came out and it was an absolute shit show yesterday. So I thought we were done with that. I thought, we were moving on to, being a new team and, being able to actually carry momentum into the next game. That's clearly not us yet. And yeah, the Lions dominated us yesterday, man. I underestimated them, man. In my preview video, I was kind of pissed off about how the Lions were favored for the first time in 24 games, and I felt a little disrespected by that. Turns out we deserved it. The Lions came in and just ran us off, and then that was not a 9-point game. The Lions should have won by way more, if you ask me. We were lucky. We were lucky to be down 22-0 at the half. We could have been down probably 31-0, 34-0. It could have been. It was bad, man. It was really bad. But yeah, man, I just don't understand it. Just how bad we played. That's just unacceptable. Especially if we want to win 10+ games this season, you can't come out and play like that. But I mean, it could be worse. We're 1-1 at the end of the day, but I just feel like the NFL did us a favor. They came out, they gave us 2 very winnable games to start the season. We had a chance to go 2-0 and be back at home against Philly next week with a huge game, and it's still a huge game next week. Don't get me wrong. But just losing that game, man, it doesn't help. In my opinion, we needed to win both of those games, but we ended up, 1-1. And now we got a tough game against the Eagles next week, and we got to try to go win the game. But yeah. So what else should I get into? Hold up. We talked about Carson. We talked about the defense. Yeah, we talked about Carson, the defense. What else? Oh, we talked about 2 point conversion, the Joey Sly missed extra point. Hey man, how are y'all gotta comment some more questions? We haven't really had that many questions. We only got one person in here right now. Cause like on these live streams, I'm trying to answer a lot of questions on these because I want to know you guys' thoughts. I want to know what you guys thought about the game yesterday. Because I don't want to come on these live streams and just talk the whole time. I want to answer some of y'all's questions, but I don't really think we have a whole lot of questions in here. But yeah, I mean, this is my first recap stream. I look forward to getting some other people on here, man. I think that'd be fun. Definitely have some of my friends on here who are NFC East fans. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, we got to keep all Commanders fans. We should definitely be watching the Eagles Vikings game tonight. We got to do a little bit of scouting for next week. We got to see what the Eagles do well. I mean, we kind of already know what the Eagles do well. They got the best rushing attack in the lead. They got AJ Brown, who went off last week against the Lions. They got Dallas Goedert, who's probably like a top 5 tight end. Yeah, I mean the overall, man, they're just a really good team. They got great running game, good receivers, a really good tight end, a good defense. But in my opinion, Jalen Hurts is gonna slow them down. Jalen Hurts, at the end of the day, man, if your quarterback can't throw the football, then that's going to hold you back. And that's why I think the Eagles are going to be, I feel like the Eagles are great in everything except for at the quarterback position. And Jalen Hurts isn't a bad quarterback, but I don't think he's going to get it done for the Eagles. And I think they're going to have to draft a quarterback next year. But that's just my thoughts. If, Eagles fans disagree with that, they can come on here and we can argue about why you guys think Jalen Hurts is your franchise quarterback. But yeah, how many people we got in here right now? It's only one, I think. Damn, man. It's all right. I mean, this is our first live stream. We only have 10 subscribers. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. But yeah, so we talked about the stupid dumbass idea of Ron Rivera going for 2. The Joey Sly missed extra point. The DeAndre Swift 3rd and 15 screen pass where he fell down, and all we had to do was run up and touch him. And instead, he ended up outrunning 4 of the dudes in our secondary. I think it was like William Jackson, Kendall Fuller. I think Bobby McCain, like all of those dudes missed a tackle. They were trying to bring down DeAndre Swift. He just juked him, outran him, touchdown, man. That was unacceptable. That's the worst play I've watched in a while from any defense in the NFL. Let's talk about Antonio Gibson in like the running game. Antonio, he was getting stuffed, man. I'm gonna keep it 100. I thought, like again, we're using him right. He was pretty good in the receiving game, especially in the second half. I thought he was a pretty good weapon. He did have a drop, which was a pretty bad drop. He needs to catch that, but other than that, he was pretty good in the receiving game. But he's just not a legit running back, man. That's what we need Brian Robinson back if we want to have a legit running game and if we want to be more balanced offensively, because Carson Wentz has thrown more than 40 times in back-to-back games. And each of the 2 games we played, Carson Wentz has thrown over 40 times. That's not what we want, man. We need to have a more balanced offense, but we're kind of missing that with Brian Robinson being out, man, because I'm telling you, Antonio Gibson is not a legit full-time running back. And Brian Robinson is. He's a lot bigger, stronger. He's more of like a power back, but he's a lot more explosive than Antonio Gibson. And he just hits the holes better. Like, I don't really know what else to tell you. Brian Robinson is a clear starting running back on this team when he comes back, man. And I think we gotta keep using Antonio Gibson as a receiver and give him some carries every once in a while. But he was getting stuffed yesterday. And I know the offensive line again didn't help. Did not block for anyone. Carson Wentz again. What is Carson Wentz supposed to do when the second he hikes the ball? There's four dudes in his face. And no one was getting open in the first half. They had all of our receivers on the seatbelt. They had Curtis on locks. They had Jahan on locks. They had Terry on locks. I'm not gonna bullshit it. They had all our receivers on locks. And I just don't know what the only thing Carson can do is either throw the ball away or just eat the sack. There's nothing else he can do. Um, you know, like I don't know why people are bashing Carson Wentz for the loss yesterday. I don't know. And I look, I mean, not really. They even said the problems of how the reasons we lost yesterday, and who really was like a dud and didn't play good yesterday. And Carson Wentz was not on there, as he shouldn't be, man, because I just don't know what he's supposed to do. He still threw 3 touchdowns and a pick. He still threw 3 touchdowns to just 1 interception. Um, so I just don't know what else he's supposed to do. He's keeping us in every game, even with um, how poorly we were offensively, but he still found a way to fight back and get us back in the game, man. So I just don't know where the Carson Wentz hate. I don't know why people are they think Carson Wentz sucks because of how the team played yesterday. Um, but yeah. So, what should I get into next? We got. I mean, obviously the Eagles play the Vikings tonight. We already talked about that. I don't know. I'm just trying to answer more questions. Um, we've only had like 7 comments so far. Hold on. Let me type something real quick. But make sure y'all ask me some questions that y'all want to know, or give me some thoughts on how y'all felt about the game yesterday. I mean, honestly, we got to get more people in here, man. We don't have. Um, I know we only have 10 subscribers. So for at least the first few live streams, there's probably not going to be a lot of people in here, but it is what it is. We got to keep going. But yeah. Make sure you guys thoughts on games. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Um, but I mean, I thought the offense, they fought in the second half. Curtis Samuel, I think, ended up having 7 catches for 75 yards. Terry had 4 catches for 75 yards, and Jahan had another. Let's talk about Jahan, man, because Jahan is him, man. I am telling you guys, Jahan Dotson already has 3 touchdowns through 2 weeks. The man has been balling. He had 2 touchdowns against Jacksonville, and he had another touchdown against the Lions. And that route was filthy. I mean, I was watching that juke, and then he cut into the end zone. That was nasty. That was a great catch by Jahan Dotson. That was just absolutely filthy, man. I mean, the dude's route running and his hands are unbelievable. Um, and I remember back in April, man, a lot of people did not like the Jahan Dotson pick. At first, I wanted us to get one of the top receivers. Obviously, I wanted to go with Chris Olave, Drake London. Um, but yeah, I mean, I wanted us to get one of those top guys. Um, Garrett Wilson, or not Garrett Wilson. I wanted us to go out and get one of those top guys though. Um, and we didn't end up doing that. So, I was disappointed in that, but the Jahan Dotson pick ended up being a really good pick. Um, and he's been balling so far, man. And he looks like the dude in DC. But Damn, man, I don't even think we got anyone in here now. Damn. Live stream's low-key flopping right now. Shit. Yeah, it looks like no one's in here right now. I mean, I don't know what else. I don't know, like what else to talk about. If not a lot of people are in here. Um, what should I get into? Let's see. I want to talk about I'm gonna like recap like the key like the stuff we just did not do well yesterday. I mean, like the keys of the game. I said contain DeAndre Swift. Force Jared Goff to beat us. DeAndre Swift did go off. He had that huge run. But for some reason, Jared Goff was also dotting us up, man. I mean, I guess I underestimated him too. Um, I mean, I don't know. We made Jared Goff look like prime Tom Brady out there, man. That was bad. I said protect Carson Wentz. Yeah, we did not do that. And I said play clean football. Definitely did not do that. So it was bad, man. They weren't able to execute any of the keys of the game that I said. Um, Obviously we still had Cam Curl out. Which didn't help. Hopefully we'll get Cam Curl back soon. But this defense, and this defense is looking like one of the worst defenses in football right now. The offensive line, I don't know what happened, man. I mean, they were really good in week 1. I thought they only gave up 1 sack to Carson Wentz. But they gave up like 6 sacks yesterday. That was awful, man. That's the worst I've seen an offensive line play in a while. Because our offensive line is usually good. Like we usually have a top 10 unit in the league, and yesterday it was awful, man. I mean, we have a decent amount of injuries, on the offensive line, but still, man. I mean, everyone. Charles Leno played like shit. Sam Cosmi played like shit. Everyone on that line played like ass. It was bad, but I just like I don't. I'm ready to just stop talking about this game, man, because it was just such a shit show of a game. It was awful. I mean, especially after coming off a win. I mean, that was really disappointing. And we went back to what we always do. So I was definitely disappointed. But I think we got the Bills and the Titans playing like 15 minutes. I think something like that. Um, let's see. But I'm hoping the Eagles lose tonight, man. I'm rooting for the Vikings, man. We got any Vikings fans, that join up? I need y'all to take down the Eagles, man, because they've been talking shit. I'm not gonna lie, and then they can talk shit, but at the end of the day, the Eagles still got to play tonight. The Eagles still got to play tonight, so they can talk shit, they can troll, they can have at it. But at the end of the day, man, if they lose tonight, man, they can't really say much. I mean, I know they're playing a much tougher opponent. The Vikings are obviously a lot better than the Lions. But still, I mean, if the Eagles lose tonight, we're both gonna be 1-1. And that's end of discussion. And then we face off next week. So I'm trying to keep it low key on the trash talking. I'm not trying to really trash talk at all until next Sunday, man, because um I'm not really feeling good about how we played yesterday. Obviously, I'll get over it. It usually takes me about a couple of days to really get over it, because I'm kind of still heated about the game yesterday. But it takes some time to get over it. But I just want to get to the new week, man. After games like that, you just want to get back out there and move on to next Sunday. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to roll up to FedEx Field, take on the Eagles, man. It should hopefully be a good game. Hopefully we can hang in there. But yeah, I'll probably have a preview for that like Thursday. Probably try to go live with my boy Chase, who commented a little bit on here. I'll try to have him on here probably Friday night, man. So that'll be fun. We'll be talking Commanders, Eagles. You know, I'll ask him a bunch of questions. How he, what he thinks the Eagles have to do to win. His keys to the game to the Eagles beating us. How he's feeling about Jalen Hurts. And yeah, just his team overall. So um, make sure you guys tune in. We'll probably go live Friday night. That'll probably be our next live stream. But yeah, damn. I mean, there's really not much in the chat. I mean, nothing else. Um, yeah, I mean, Zane, Colin, they said that my mic's working like 30 minutes ago. That's when I first got on here. Chase said, it's the damn Lions defense, which, yeah, our offense played like ass. Um, yeah, I mean, there's no new comments. So I don't really know what else to talk about. But, yeah, but I mean, I'm just hoping to move on to next week. I hate out the way we played yesterday. I want to talk about the defense, the first like two drives, about how I was feeling. Um, so I mean, it wasn't going like too bad because listen, I mean the line, the defense, they gave up a lot of big plays um to start the game, but the first drive, the defense looked really good. Jamin Davis, got like a 14-yard sack, and I'm like, this is gonna be easy. This defense is gonna shut them down. We're not losing the Lions. But then the offense went 3 and out, and then the Lions ended up getting a big play from DeAndre Swift. We ended up holding them to a field goal. I'm like, all right, the defense is holding their own. They're keeping the Lions out of the end zone. And then it was 3-0. The Lions were like at our 5-yard line. L2 MC, my boy Christopher said, "What's up?" Um, hey man, y'all gotta ask more questions on the y'all gotta give me more y'all gotta give me your thoughts on the game in the chat, man, because we have not had a lot of chats here so far, and we're what, like 32 minutes in the live stream. Yeah, there hasn't been much comments. So Chris, man, give me your thoughts on the game, because like we've only had like 8 comments the whole stream. But yeah, what was I saying? But yeah, Chris said, "How you feeling about how bad the secondary has been?" Oh, it's been awful. Kendall Fuller and William Jackson are getting toasted. Amon St. Brown was absolutely cooking yesterday. He looked like William Jackson's daddy. He was legit our secondary's daddy yesterday. I mean, he was absolutely cooking the shit out of anyone who was guarding him. Jack Del Rio's scheme is awful. He had Jamin Davis on Amon St. Brown one play. Awful, man. I think we have one of the worst secondaries in the league. Even when Cam Curl comes back, man, I just don't think much is gonna change. Um, you know, and if it happens again for like, I say Jack Del Rio's seat is hot right now. That shit is as hot as lava right now. Um, so I think Jack Del Rio, if he has like if the defense has another bad like 2 weeks, like if they're bad next week against the Eagles, like really bad, then they're bad against like Cooper Rush. It might be time for Ron to grow up and fire his homeboy, man. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it might be time for Ron Rivera to grow up, stop with all his bias, homeboy stuff, um, and just fire the dude, man. It might be time. We might need to see what Chris Harris Jr. can do at the defensive coordinator, because I've seen enough. I have seen enough from Jack Del Rio, and I'm gonna rant about him for a little bit, man, because the dude has pissed me off. So, Chris, thank you for commenting about the second how bad the secondary has been, because that gives me another topic to talk about, and that is Jack Del Rio, man. I've seen the same stuff from him for the past what? It's been 2020, 2021. This is his third year, and we're still seeing him have, the corners 10 yards off the ball, basically just giving receivers a free 6, 7 yards on first down. Then it's what, 2nd and 3. Then they can run the ball. Then they're moving. The whole scheme is just awful, man. It's just terrible. And the players aren't helping either. William Jackson's awful. He's a bum. It was a terrible signing. I liked it at first. He's supposed to be one of the best man quarters in the league. He's looked the exact opposite since he's been here. he's looked like one of the worst. Kendall Fuller, sometimes, he can look like a decent top 15 corner, and the other times he looks like the worst corner in the league. I mean, he couldn't guard. He couldn't cover Amonte Brown for anything yesterday, man. He couldn't guard him for shit. Chris said, what do we need to do to improve our defense? I mean, I don't even know at this point. We gotta be way better against the run, man. I mean, to improve our defense, we gotta in terms of we gotta get more depth at linebacker position. That's my main thing is we gotta get way more depth in the secondary position and linebacker. D line is supposed to be our strength, but they didn't get any pressure yesterday. They didn't get pressure. They could not get pressure on Jared Goff yesterday, which is unacceptable. I mean, obviously, I know we're not, we're missing Chase Young, but is Chase Young really he didn't produce last year? So is it going to be much different with Chase Young out there? I don't know. But the linebacker position, we're one injury away from David Mayo starting. One injury away from David Mayo starting for this team. If Jamin Davis or Cole Holcomb get hurt, this linebacker position, this linebacker core is going to go to shit. This linebacker core is going to go to shit. It's already probably top 2 worst in the league. We probably have a top 2 worst linebacking core in the NFL right now. It's bad. Our secondary is one of the worst. We need to pick someone else up, man. I mean, to improve our defense, we probably have to get rid of William Jackson, get rid of that contract because we paid him we signed him for 3 years. I think he's making $13 million a year, which is it. I mean, he's way overpaid, man. We're paying this dude to be one of the best corners, best man-to-man corners in the league, and he's playing like ass. But yeah, I mean, in terms of improve our defense, I think we gotta fire Jack Del Rio soon. We gotta switch up the scheme. Gotta get more definite linebackers. Because I don't know why we didn't address the linebacker position at all in the offseason. So Ron Rivera just trusting his guys. He's like, oh yeah, we got Jamin Davis, we got Cole Holcomb, we're fine. And now you see what's happening. I'm not surprised. I knew this linebacker core was gonna be terrible. And I'm not surprised about the secondary either. How you feel about I mean, it was bad in the first half. I mean, that's unacceptable how you can't get a first down. I mean, we have a really good wide receiving core. I mean, I know they were kind of getting locked up in the first half, but I thought they started to eat a little bit in the second half. Curtis Samuel finished with 7 catches for 75 yards. Jahan finished with I know he had a touchdown. That route was filthy on the touchdown. That was nice. Terry had 4 catches for 75 yards. Overall, I think the receivers were solid, but it's that's just you can't play one half of football. You got to be able to do that from the jump. I mean, they were getting locked up in the first half. Carson Wentz, what is Carson Wentz supposed to do again when he has 4 dudes in his face every time he snaps the ball, and his receivers were getting locked up? They're getting put on a seatbelt. Jeff Okudah had McLaurin on a seatbelt. In the first half, man. But it turned the offensive line was horrible yesterday. They could not block at all. Yeah, the offensive line, the receivers had no separation. I mean, I thought Carson was. I mean, overall, I thought he was solid. Especially, I mean, he keeps us in every game, and I haven't been able to feel that way about a quarterback in a long time. So Carson Wentz is definitely the best quarterback we've had since Kirk Cousins. That's not up for debate. You can't debate that. End of discussion. Carson Wentz is the best quarterback we've had since Kirk. He did 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Overall, solid game. I mean, in the first half, I know he played like shit. But the offensive line also can't block. If you as soon as you say hike and the defense is already on you, what are you supposed to do? The only thing you can do is throw the ball away. And it's really hard to throw the ball away when you snap the ball and they're already in your face. It's pretty hard to escape 4 defensive linemen coming at you at the same time. So pretty much all you can do is eat the sack. That's all you can do. That's all he can do is just take the sack and move on to the next play. I mean, that's pretty much it when your offensive line is playing like that. How you feel about Gibson? What role do you think he will play when Brian Robinson get back? I think he'll just be used as more of a receiver, and that brings me to my next point. I forgot to talk about the running game. So I talked about the offensive line. I talked about the receivers pretty much getting locked up in the first half, and I talked about Carson. But the running game, I mean, we got to be way more balanced, man. Because Carson Wentz has thrown the ball over 40 times these past 2 games. That's not gonna cut it, man. We're not gonna win games like that. We got to be way more balanced and control the clock. I'm not saying that Carson Wentz, can't, win you the football game. I'm not saying, we can't win with Carson Wentz throwing that many times. But I'm saying you can't do that every week. Like if there's, a game where it's a shootout and you need him to throw the ball a lot, then that's fine. But every week you're forcing Carson Wentz to throw the ball 45 times. That's just too much pressure on the quarterback. Um, and there's not much we can do right now with Brian Robinson being out because Antonio Gibson is just not a full-time back. I don't know what else to tell you. He was getting stuffed yesterday. He was getting like 2 yards a carry. He was getting stuffed. He was pretty good in the receiving game in the second half, but that's the way we're using him. But when Brian Robinson gets back, I think Gibson will get like 8 to 10 carries a game. Right now, as a starting running back, he's getting like 15. So I think Brian Robinson will obviously he'll be our starting running back, our full-time back. I think Brian Robinson, though, when we get him back, we're definitely going to be a lot more balanced offensively, and we're going to be able to run the football a lot more than we are right now, man. Because I think we're a little bit too predictable right now. But I think Scott Turner is doing his best. I like the play call on 4th and 1 yesterday from Scott Turner. A lot of people are giving, they're blaming this shit on Scott. It's not Scott Turner's fault. He called a great game last week, and I thought he called a pretty good game this week. He's using Curtis Samuel great. He's setting up good plays. It's just we're with not a legit running back and your offensive line not being able to block. That's a problem, man. But yeah, I think it'll help. It'll definitely help when Brian Robinson gets back, and I think Gibson will definitely be used as more of a receiver. L2MC says, "What moves do you think we should make this season to get better?" Like right now, I don't like on both sides of the ball. Offensively, I just think we need to get B-Rob back. We just need to probably stay healthy. I think the offensive line needs to get healthy. I say that on the offensive side of the ball, man, the offensive line just got to be better. Like I don't really know what moves we should make. Um, I mean, to really get better. Um, Defense is a big one. We gotta try to pick up a linebacker, man. We gotta try to do something about that. We gotta sign, like a veteran linebacker. I thought we should have went after Anthony Barr in the offseason, man. I think we were interested in him, but then after we ended up not being interested anymore, and the Cowboys ended up signing him. I thought we should have went after him, but we didn't. We ended up being content with this linebacker core, and we're seeing how that is playing out right now. But like in terms of moves, like I'd say linebacker and secondary, we got to try to make some moves. And I'd say just to get better, I mean, fire Jack Del Rio if his scheme's not working. That there's not much else we can do except for fire Jack Del Rio. Um, you know, and that's about it. Um, so how about the upcoming? Yeah, all right, off season, yeah, because like during the season, I mean, we can trade like at the trade deadline, but I don't really know what much else we can make during like what moves we can make during the season. But yeah, the upcoming off season, well, we got to see how Carson plays, but he's gonna play out the whole season. He's gonna start every game. There's no reason to put Taylor Heineke or Sam. People gotta stop with the start Taylor Heineke bullshit, man. Taylor Heineke is nowhere near Carson Wentz. You guys got to stop with that. Carson Wentz can make all the throws. He can do everything. He can run. Um, you guys got to stop with that. Carson Wentz is a way better quarterback than Taylor Heineke. He's got a way better arm. He can make all the throws. Um, it's not close, man. And there's no reason to put Sam Howell in there either. He's a rookie. Sam Howell shouldn't be starting for another 2 years. And that's if Carson Wentz doesn't work out. But the upcoming offseason, um, you know, defense. I think we got to spend a lot on the defensive position. Linebackers, we got to go out and we got to try to sign, the best linebacker available in free agency. Secondary, I think William Jackson still has one more year left on his contract. Unfortunately, after the season, which kind of sucks. But we just gotta get way more depth, man. Um, we gotta get a lot better at linebacker. We gotta upgrade at the linebacker position in the secondary. Um, and yeah, offensively though, like I'd say, I mean, with Gibson and beat, like I don't really think we need to really do much at the running back position. I think I'm cool with McKissick, Gibson, and B Rob. I think that's a good running back core. Um, you know, Obviously, we got to see how Carson plays out. But at the end of the day, if Carson Wentz doesn't work out, then I think we'll try to go with Sam Howell. But I'd say just spend a lot on the offseason trying to upgrade linebacker and secondary, man. Mostly defense. Do you think we should make big plays or get veterans just to get more balanced? That's a good question. I think that's a good question because like I feel like we don't have a lot of depth. Obviously, we have pretty much no depth. We're one injury away from David Mayo starting. Um, like yeah, he means like big free agent signings, like going after a big like free agent target. I think we got to do a little bit of both. I think we sign a couple veterans to get more balanced, and then maybe if you have the cap space to go out and get one of the top linebackers in free agency, man, we got to try to do it. We got to I'm tired of all these mini signings. We got to go out. We got to make some big moves this offseason, man. Um, but I don't really. It's week 2. I'm not really gonna answer any more questions about the offseason because I just don't know right now. It's week 2. I'm really only gonna be answering questions about this season because I just don't know really what I'll answer more of those questions. Like we'll know more about that. When the season is about to come to an end. But right now, I don't know much about the offseason. What I think the best record we can get. That's a good question because I predicted us to go 10-7. Um, I'd say like the best we can go is probably 11-6. But we're not going to don't come at me. Other fans saying you're not going 11-6 and all that. I know we're not going 11-6. Probably not. But that's probably the best we can go is 11-6. But I don't know. I mean, just from what I saw yesterday, man, if you can't win those games. And if you can't win those games that you're supposed to, man, it's gonna be tough. I'm just so I think number one our goal this season is to win 10 games, is to win double digits. Um, in my opinion, it's 10 wins or bust this season. There's no 8-9 BS again, no 7-10 mediocre shit. It's time to win double digit games, man. It's time. Um, but if you want to win 10 games, you got to win games like yesterday, man. You got to win games that you're supposed to win. And we just didn't. We didn't do that yesterday. We didn't take care of business yesterday. Um, and we'll see how we bounce back against the Eagles. But if you want to win 10 games, you can't lose it to Detroit Lions. I don't care if they gotten better. That's still a game we should win. You know, I know it wasn't an easy game. It was in Detroit. They have some talent on the offensive side of the ball, and they got a pretty good defensive line. It's a game you should win if you're serious about contending in the playoffs, man. Um, but yeah, those are my thoughts on what the best record we can get, and in my opinion, the worst record we can get. I know you didn't ask for the worst, but like just like our ceiling and our floor, I'd say our floor, like the worst we can go, I think, is probably 7-10. Like that's the worst I think we can go, and that's if things go really really bad. But unless something like really bad happens, something really goes wrong, like Carson Wentz, gets a season-ending injury. I think that's the only way we go 7-10. If Carson Wentz somehow, gets a really bad injury and is out for the year, and Taylor Heineke or Sam Howell if they come in, I think that's the only way that we only win 7 games this year. Um, but if Carson's healthy the whole year, I think we should definitely be able to win 9 or 10 games. That's my opinion though. How about next week? How do you think we match up against the Eagles? That's a good question, man. And I'll be at this game, man. Make sure if you guys see me, make sure to come and stop by and say hi, and say what's up. But I don't really know, man. I'm not feeling good about how we played yesterday, and I just feel like the Eagles are really balanced on each side of the ball. I mean, listen, they got probably the best running game in the league. They got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goddard. They got a ton of weapons on offense. The defense in the secondary, they got Darius Slay, James Bradbury, they got Fletcher Cox. They got a good defensive line, good secondary, um, really good receivers, really good running game. It's just like they really don't have that much of a weakness. I think their weakness is probably Jalen Hurts. I think if the Eagles, you know, it all depends. Their season depends on Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts takes a step up for them and he takes that big leap in year 2 as a starter, then the Eagles are going to go far. But I think Jalen Hurts is going to be the one to hold the Eagles back, and he's going to be the reason why the Eagles don't contend this year. I just think Jalen Hurts is not good enough as a passer to be a franchise quarterback for the Eagles. But yeah, I'm getting a little off topic. I need to see how we match up. I mean, I don't like our corners going up against their wide receivers. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's gonna be a rough day for the secondary. Another rough day. I think Devontae Adams. Not Devontae Adams. Devontae Smith and AJ Brown are probably gonna torch Will Jack and Kendall Fuller. But yeah, I mean it's gonna be rough for the secondary. Defensive line, I mean, we're going up against a mobile quarterback. We know we struggle. This defensive line really struggles against mobile quarterbacks. I don't like that matchup. I mean, obviously, I went to the Eagles Commanders game last year. I think it was week 17. Yeah, it was the 16th game. It was week 17. This is when we were 6-9. It was our last chance to try to make the playoffs. If we lost, then we were eliminated. If we won that game, we would have had a chance going into the last week to try and make the playoffs. But yeah, we ended up losing that game 20-16. And watching that game, I didn't really think Jalen Hurts went crazy. I thought we did a decent job getting pressure in that game, but we just couldn't bring Jalen Hurts down. And that's the problem. And that's why, I'm worried about our defensive line going up against Jalen Hurts because we struggle against mobile quarterbacks. And he could run all over us, man. But obviously the running game, and I don't like, I don't think we're gonna be able to stop the run either. So they could have a big offensive day. Now our offensive line versus their defensive line. I mean, if we can get a little healthier, I'll feel okay about it. I mean, I know they played awful yesterday, but we're usually a top 10 unit. We usually can block pretty good. That was not normal for the offensive line. That was not like them to give up 6 sacks to Carson Wentz. But if our offensive line can give Wentz, they got to give him way more time than they did yesterday, man. But if they can give Wentz some time to, make a play, then I'm okay with that matchup. So yeah, but our wide receivers against their secondary, I'm feeling okay about it. Terry going up against Darius Slay, James Bradbury will probably be guarding Curtis Samuel, and then I don't know who's their third corner or safety, whoever that is, will be guarding Jahan Dotson probably. How about the rest of the league? How do you think the rest of the season will go? Not just for Washington, but the entire league. Oh, so who I think is gonna go far and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm surprised with the Bengals, man. They look terrible. They're 0-2. They just lost to the Cooper Rush Cowboys. I'm pissed at them for that, man. Because now the Cowboys fans are running their damn mouths. This Cowboys fans watching his live stream is going crazy. He was like, "Oh yeah, the Washington fans are real quiet now." Like, bro, I thought the Cowboys were done, and then just like that, the Bengals have to sell and lose to the damn Cowboys, the backup quarterback. The Bengals look terrible, man. I mean, I'm starting to think that Super Bowl was a fluke. I'm going to give the Bengals one more week, man. They play the Jets this week, man. If the Bengals lose the Jets, the season's over. The season's over. That Super Bowl was officially a fluke if they lose. And if like they play bad against the Jets too, man, like I'm still like that's gonna be tough for the Bengals, man. But they're already 0-2. That's not a good start for them. I think the Bills are probably gonna. They're definitely the favorites to win the Super Bowl. I think the Bills are gonna at least be in the Super Bowl, if not win it. I got the Bills in the Super Bowl. And then in the NFC, like it's wide open. I don't really know. I think the Vikings are gonna go far. And I'm gonna watch them tonight, man. We need them to beat the Eagles. We're rooting hard for the Vikings tonight. We are huge Vikings fans tonight. We need them to take down the Eagles. Um, but yeah. The Vikings, I think, are going to go far. I think the Vikings could make it to the NFC Championship game. I know, we hype up the Vikings every year because, on paper they're one of the best teams in the NFC. I mean, they got Jay Jettas, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook. They're stacked on offense. Um, you know, they got great weapons. And Kirk Cousins is arguably, he's like probably in that top 12 range. And yeah, I mean, Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. So, I mean, yeah, on paper they're one of the best teams in the NFC every year. They just can never put it together, and they always end up folding and choking. But I don't know. We'll see. But if they can beat the Eagles tonight, man, they're damn legit. Starting out 2-0. Um, but yeah, I got the Vikings. I think they'll go pretty far. What about the Chiefs? Do you think they will go far without Tyreek? I think the Chiefs are going to be fine without Tyreek Hill, man. The first week, Patrick Mahomes threw what 5 touchdowns, 450 yards against the Cardinals. They won like 44-21. Um, the second week they still beat. Patrick Mahomes didn't play great, but they still beat the Chargers 27-17. I mean, Chiefs are 2-0 so far. I think they're going to be just fine without Tyreek, man. I mean, at the end of the day, Mahomes still has Travis Kelce. He's still got some speedy receivers in McCole Hardman, Valdez Scantling, his guy Juju. Um, so I mean, I think the Chiefs. In terms of going far, I think the Chiefs can make it to the AFC Championship game for sure. I think they're still definitely contenders in the AFC, and I think the Chiefs will probably get to the AFC Championship game. I don't know if they can make the Super Bowl or not. That's going to be tough. I think the Bills are better. I think the Bills are actually going to beat them in the AFC Championship game. Um, but yeah, but in terms of Super Bowl and the NFC, like it's wide open. Like I don't have a clear path. Super Bowl team in the NFC. Like there's no like favorite to go to the Super Bowl in the NFC. So it's tough. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the entire league, and I just answered how far I think the Chiefs will go without Tyreek. But yeah, but L2MC, man, he's the only person in here right now. All right, L2MC says he's got to go. All right, well, damn man, he was the only one asking questions. He actually, hey, I appreciate you though coming in and making this live fun. Um, let's see who we got in here now. Yeah, we don't. I think L2MC is. Yeah, I think he left. All right. Well, it's been almost an hour. I'm gonna talk on here for about 10 more minutes. But yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end this live stream pretty soon. I mean, since pretty much everyone left, I'm gonna see if anyone comes on here like in the next few minutes. But yeah, man. I mean, it. Yesterday was terrible, but hey, we can't do anything about it now. We gotta just move on to next week. I can't wait to go to the game next week, man. It's gonna be hype. I'm gonna bring the energy still, man. We're 1-1 at the end of the day, man. We're still very much in this. It was only week 2 yesterday. We're 1-1. We got a big divisional rivalry game next week. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped to pull up to FedEx Field. I'm going with a lot of people. I'm going with some Eagles fans. So that's gonna be fun for sure. We're gonna be talking a lot of smack. I'm sure the Eagles fans will be talking it up at FedEx Field, but we gotta try to quiet them down, man. If we can get a dub against the Eagles, that's gonna be huge. But yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap up this stream here pretty soon. Um, but yeah, I'll probably my next video probably will be on Thursday. Because what today's Monday, so we just did we did a recap post game stream. Um so because I like to do like I usually make the recap video, but in this case I'm doing a recap stream. So I do, preview, recap, and then I do a preview game, and the next week usually on Thursday. And yeah, so that's how it works for me. So my next video will probably be in the next 2 or 3 days. So I'll probably be making my preview video um on Thursday, and then hopefully I'll try to go live Friday night with Chase. He's an Eagles fan, so I'll try to go live with him to talk about the Commanders Eagles game on Sunday. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate the very few people who came on this live. But hey, I mean, at the end of the day, I only have 10 subscribers right now. We just started this channel like 10 days ago. So I can't really expect this live to go crazy. But we gotta just keep growing. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, man, it was a little awkward, with just no one here. I just was stuttering a lot, and I was just pausing. I was like, what do I talk about next? Because I'm like, I have no one to talk to on this, That's why I appreciate L2MC coming on here and asking me a bunch of questions. Um, but yeah, probably gonna wrap up the stream again. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure y'all go down and hit the subscribe button, man. Hit the like button. Um, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I'm out.